Introverted, sensitive, queer, you might be autistic. Hi, I am Kay Gray, and welcome to my video on autism self-diagnosis. What autism is a brain difference that results in a change in your biology and your behavior. The official diagnosis that's in the DSM-5, social deficits including speech issues, delayed speech or idiosyncratic speech, lack of eye contact, a lack of interest in other people, repetitive behaviors, extreme sensory sensitivities, restricted interests, which is like you have your special things that you want to do and nothing else. And it has to be present in early childhood and not be explained by a low IQ. A lot of us find that this diagnosis is kind of nonsense because it's based on behavior, and behavior is really just a form of communication and doesn't really explain what's going on. Circumstance presents itself within the behaviors and what we see on the surface, and it's really just the tip of the iceberg. What autism really is a difference in neurotransmitters and hormones. It means that your dopamine, your serotonin, your GABA are all way lower or way higher. GABA's higher, everything else tends to be lower, or it's really erratic. Dopamine can be really erratic. And your hormones. A lot of people have PCOS. I don't have it right now, but I usually have a beard actually. It's a difference in how the brain is structured, and a lot of people know like a Rain Man kind of a idiot savant description of autism, and that is because when you're a baby, your brain goes crazy and makes all these different neurons. And then there's this synaptic pruning that happens, and in autism, it doesn't happen in the same way. The big branches don't connect as well, and yet each individual branch still has like tons and tons, like way more neurons than other people have. So it's really hard to get from one part of the brain to the other part of the brain, which is why you see people like really hyper focus and like get really good at this one tiny specific thing. It's really hard to get them out of that thing to do like to wash their dishes or something. You've heard of gaydar. I think there's like an autism DAR equivalent. There's people like Kate McKinnon and Jim Carrey and Chef Sean Brock. When I see them on TV, I'm like, honey, you are 100% autistic, and you should know that about yourself. The rate of autism is a lot higher than what they publish because, first of all, until like 20 years ago, it was assumed that only boys had it. And so obviously all of your numbers are going to be off if you're only testing males. Also, in the last few years, I have found that a lot of people are still diagnosing based on DSM-4 criteria, which is like, I don't know, 20 years old, 1995 or something, and it was rewritten in 2015, but a lot of these older professionals are still using outdated information, and a lot of people get missed, especially females, and we'll talk about that.